There is Mike Sleds, and he is the Director of League Development for Bullmore AMF. Are you looking for some great PWBA gear? Then visit the official online store of the PWBA at shoppwba.com. There is Josie Ernest. Claire Guerrero, who's seated, is the higher seat. She said, Josie, you get to start. I'm going to watch.
It's an interesting tactic.
How so?
Well, because you want usually the lesser experienced player to finish if you can, because it's a little more nerve-wracking.
Didn't seem to bother Josie at all. Clara Guerrero now, she's had a very nice summer. This is her third championship round appearance. She picked up her first career PWBA title and her first major at the Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship, beat Liz Johnson. And she was a runner-up at the Pepsi PWBA Lincoln Open, and we might have a rematch of that because Shannon O'Keefe is the top seed and awaits the winner.
She's never dropped below second place during qualifying and match play for this event.
Nose can't get a break. Clara, by the way, is somebody we need to listen to on the mic from time to time.
We may listen, but we may not understand.
Well, 19 years as a member of Team Columbia, so her international experience is extensive and successful.
I just find it hard to believe that she's 34 years old. She looks like she's in her mid-20s. Have all that experience behind her.
And a college at Wichita State. Gonna go for it.
I think a little shake those nerves out, regroup. She's a lot. I think she's quite a bit further left than she had thought she might be for the television show, because really she was trying to keep the ball right of the second arrow pretty much the entire week.
Well, she made a little equipment adjustment right there, bringing out a. It looks like something that you would wear if you were trying not to get hit by a pitch.
And you may see two different balls, one ball on each lane. I have to see how that plays out. Hook.
Hook it does. By the way, any player who bowls a 300 game on our CBS Sports Network Finals will receive a $10,000 bonus from the PWBA.
You are quite positive. We're only in the first frame going into the second.
I try to look, I see, I don't take it one shot at a time. I'm not competing, so I can be Mr. Look Ahead. I can look back. I have the, that's one of the benefits of this chair.
Well, hopefully we don't jinx it.
Pushed a lot. It did. In fact, she almost got a stone 9 out of that, and instead gets a powerful strike.
And if she can keep her speed up with that kind of look on that lane, that might be the way to go.
She's kind of fighting a smile a little bit there, like, I don't want to enjoy this. I'm not supposed to be enjoying this right now.
Holding the excitement in. A lot of rotation there. That was right.
Yeah, Brooklyn that time, and she leaves the 6th pin.
Well, we can compare that to other shots, and it was a good 3 or 4 boards left. Let's take a look at where it ends up at the arrows. It's just left of the second arrow, so she's definitely a lot further left on that shot. That was really unintentional.
No question about that single pin for Josie.
Well, let's see what Clara can do here. She looks like she's using the same ball she used on the left lane now on the right lane.
2009, she was Columbia's Athlete of the Year.
She still bowls for Team Columbia. In fact, she is not. She's one of the players that after the end of this PWBA swing. Ooh, kind of hung up on her thumb.
Got away with it in a way. That could have been a disaster.
She is actually returning to compete internationally immediately following the end of the year. Doesn't take any time off. We're going to look at the shot here and see if we can see where she hung up, and it here, right there, is where she should release it, and just very delayed. Good extension through it just to kind of keep up with it. But
you had an interesting conversation with her that I eavesdropped on about that knee tape that she wears. That it's almost more of a security blanket, right?
Yeah, she's just been really careful this year. She's remained good at working out, and her legs have been strong, but that just provides a little extra support. And it's more, if it's an emotional key, then that's fine. That helps her with her bowling, but she's not injured. And one of her goals for next year already is to find a way to work out on a more routine basis while you're out here on tour, which is difficult with the formats that we have. I call that the golf waggle.
Straight through.
Right
What?
there.
Beautiful shot for Clara. 10 straight back. So right back to Josie Ernest, who does have the early advantage here since Guerrero may had an open frame.
Now, one of Josie's self-proclaimed weaknesses is she feels she doesn't see the ball motion early in the front part of the lane as well. She's more experienced seeing it on the back. Her Rob Cotchall, who helps her with Columbia balls, and Hammer has been helping her with that.
Now this was from the first match when she defeated CDB.
Now, we're right here. We're going from the second, right around the 11 board, and we're going to compare the two. And we are just a pinch further left of that, so like a board or so left of where she was to start.
That resulted in a strike in this game. 3 strikes and 4 frames so far for Ernest.
Good acceleration for that shot.
She got a break, kicked away trouble, and has just a single pin to make.
She accelerated, but what I call that is she kind of hit the ball or really accelerated on the upswing, actually, instead of on the downswing. So that created what we just saw with the overreaction in the back part of the lane.
No trouble. Josie Ernest clean through 5. And Guerrero on the lane where she opened with an open and then went 9 spares, and she's seeking her first strike on this right lane.
The tricky right lane.
It did hook, and she got a break. Yes, sir, she got a break. Her first strike on that right lane.
Well, she really did a good job of keeping this ball in line. Really good shot. Aggressive. She's a very aggressive bowler, and I believe it really, the ball talks to the pins when you're that aggressive. And she's into it. All the Colombian team, Rocio,
Yes.
Clara, they're very intense.
Come on. Yeah.
So a double for Clara Guerrero. We have a match. The winner of this will play Shannon O'Keefe for the championship of the PWBA Rochester Open, and it's a classic right now. Josie Ernest and Clara Guerrero, just 1 pin separate the 2. for the PWBA Rochester Open. 85 entries. If you wanted to cash a check, you had to be good. Almost 206 to do it. To make match play, you had to average 214. Other finishers, Shannon Pulowski was defeated by CDB in the final frame. Liz Johnson. Rochester kind of close to her area. Daniel McEwen, Jennifer Higgins doing well there. Christina Zerbinski, a left-hander. Diana Zavyalova and Brianna Cote. Brianna Cote, a champion on the PWBA this summer, winning the PWBA Lexington Open for her first title, putting her in the Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship. And that's where Josie Ernest would like to go.
So I was just going to say that's something that Josie really is striving towards here.
And in order to do it, to lock up a spot, a win here.
Nice little swing there.
Yes.
Well, these two now have gone from jabs to full-out haymakers.
So here from below, you really see how that ball came off her hand nicely. A good amount of tilt and rotation for Josie. The important piece there is to keep the ball speed up. Her roommate is sitting right behind her, off to the side there.
That would be Erin McCarthy. Talk about great players.
Yeah, it's always good when you have roommates that are doing as well as you, if not better, because you can feed off of each other. Good ball speed there.
That's as good a ball as she's thrown in 2 matches right there, and she needs it because Clara Guerrero is working on 3 straight. The U.S. Open Bowling Tournament will take place at the South Point Bowling Plaza in Las Vegas, Nevada, November 3 through 9. For more information on how to take part in one of bowling's most prestigious events, visit bowl.com/US Open. Right now, Josie's working at a 259 max.
Very interesting how Clara spends a lot of time with that waggle. Right here, she spends a lot of time getting that hand in the ball just the right way for the good feel.
Stop. Hi.
Oh, she probably set 3 or 4 splits past through her eyes before she was left with that 9-pin.
And she will use her plastic ball or polyester ball to shoot at this. Very deliberate on her spares as well. Almost the same amount of deliberance as her strike ball.
And she removes that wrist guard as well for this.
It allows for the fingers to flex more, which cuts the ball roll down. She wears an extended finger glove, which makes the finger stop and gives you a lot stronger roll. All the gadgets.
There's Josh Kubiak, Clara's husband. He looks more nervous than she is right now.
It's always tougher to be back there. All the way from Austin, Texas, or thereabouts.
Not a bad place to be.
Come on.
And it did.
Smaller. Come on.
So she kind of slips on this shot. If you watch her, and she has a little bit of wiggle in her feet, but because her head is so steady, she was able to kind of keep herself up, and the body angle that she has allows her to keep her balance as well.
Push, push, push. Yes.
Wow, boy, Josie Ernest is really on her game at the moment. Clara Guerrero is bowling tremendously at a 237 pace, and it may not be enough.
I bet Josie's coaches, Kim Terrell-Kearney and Rod Ross, are very pleased to be watching her on TV today.
Well, I don't know if I've ever seen any bowler make it look any easier than Kim.
Not Kim Adler. Kim
Terrell-Kearney. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if it was
Sometimes
you,
I
would have
didn't
said
make it look
you.
that easy.
No,
Yes.
but she does.
Okay.
She really does. Josie again, and she broke up troubles, left with a 4-pin. That one got a little bit away, up the middle.
And I think the lanes are starting to hook a little bit in that middle part again. That was a decent shot with good speed, and they're just starting to hook a little bit. It's so interesting to watch balls go down the lane on TV lights and how much it changes the oil and moves everything around.
I've had that conversation before with a few people about the lighting and the effect it has here. Or on lanes, I should say, not just here, but everywhere. I want to let you know that any player who converts a 7-10 split on our CBS Sports Network finals will receive a $100,000 bonus courtesy of Ultimate Bowling Products.
That would be a nice payday.
You'd have earned it, that's for sure. So now look at what our maximums can be. Only 1 pin separating the two.
Just about the scoring pace we've had all week.
And double it up in the 9th.
Really aggressive shot there from Clara. When she throws it aggressively, you can hear that glove go click, click with the quiet. And it just mixes those pins up to the 5 and to the 7.
Shannon O'Keefe waits the winner for the championship. PWBA Rochester Open. Now this lane has been a second home for Clara. Strikes every time.
I don't want to say it.
As I can handle that. As a player, you don't want to think that way. Out there, though, and she's left with a 6-10.
I don't think she liked that off of her hand. I mean, it looks pretty good, but her feet might get a little fast. Definitely left. That is not the direction you want to miss. She put her thumb in twice. Puts her thumbs in and then rechecks it for the spare.
A lot of idiosyncrasies going on there. No trouble.
She's got to fill these frames. Put some pressure on Josie.
Come on.
So she's hoping for a 215.
Good shot there.
And a quiet 10-pin for a 214 for Clara Guerrero.
That was a good finish for her. A much better shot of her hand, a little different. It's amazing. Just a little difference in like a half mile an hour in speed. And you can see it in the ball reaction.
Josie Ernest, there you go. 9 pins to win. Now, when you know that, and I know she knows it, the process, you don't want to all of a sudden become defensive, I'm guessing.
No, you're not even really. If you're thinking about it, you're in trouble.
Okay.
Good shot.
Pretty good shot.
How about 10 to win?
Wow.
Josie Ernest has moved into the finals to take on Shannon O'Keefe as she inches closer to her first PWBA title and a spot in the Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship. Now, Brianna Cote won the PWBA Lexington Open to become a first-time winner on the tour. And you're looking at, perhaps, another first-time winner. But to do so, she's going to have to defeat Shannon O'Keefe, who's made getting on television in the summer. She's a steady show, unlike some of the ones that show up and get canceled after 2 weeks. You can turn on your TV and you'll see Shannon O'Keefe a lot. And you're going to see her against that woman right there, Josie Ernest. Anchor down so far for Josie. The Commodore assistant coach, against the McHenry head women's coach. Coming up.